What's up, guys? This is Chris, and we are at one of my favorite local hikes. It's called Salt Lake Trail. It's in the town of Valmeyer, and it's also the highest point in Monroe County. It's right next door to St. Louis, and it actually has some government building in the back, which we'll find out what that is. But one of my favorite local hikes. Salt Lake Trail is literally going to be hard right off the bat. It's about a 2 mile trail, and the first mile is all uphill and getting on top of the bluffs, which is actually pretty cool because then you could kind of use the remaining mile as kind of a cool off period. So literally, this is going to get, and that's part of working out. You want to get your heart rate going, and this trail will do that. And this is cool because right at the beginning, you're going to have these salt mines, which you're not allowed to go in, but it's still cool to check out a little bit. You're going to see some different equipment back there, bats flying out. This spot was not only big for like the early America's salt production, it was big for Native Americans and the Indians who used to live here. This spot was a big deal back in the old times, and archaeologists have found out the significance of this land and of this place. So the name of the trail is Salt Lake Trail, and the name of the highest point is Salt Lake Point. And Salt Lake Point marks the place where the manufacture of salt was carried on in early time. The Indians probably used this point to obtain their salt as well. And the sailing trade was one of the easiest and earliest established trades in the West, and it's part of the reason why St. Louis became such a big city. I feel like Illinois has a bad rep for just like cornfields, but actually Southern Illinois, and this isn't even including like Shawnee National Forest on the southern tip, but there's a lot of spots in like Missouri and Illinois that are actually very beautiful. They have all of these different bluffs, and if you go up there, if you know where to hike at, you're going to see some cool spots. And Salt Lake Trail is definitely one of those spots that everybody enjoys. Um, like I said, you just look over a good scenic view, a good workout, a good local spot. Like people from Southern Illinois, like Waterloo, Millstadt, Muscuda, they all know this as like a pride point from where they're at because not a lot of people do know about it. So hey guys, that's why it's one of my favorite trails and a cool spot to check out. Plus, you're gonna see a lot of wildlife. You're gonna see there's even bobcats up here. You're gonna see white-tailed deer, a bunch of different squirrel. You're gonna see centipedes, millipedes, cardinals, blue jays, bluebirds, hawks, eagles, all kinds of different animal species that live here. And that doesn't even get me started on the different plants. This hillside right here is so unique to the area because of the limestone and different things that there's all kinds of plants that literally only grow here, which is just really cool. You know, these limestones and these cedar glades and whatnot have a very unique qualifications for the wildlife that could live here. So yeah, so Salt Lake Trail would continue to the right, but we're gonna go over the scenic overlook because look, if you're on a trail, you're here to work out, so never forget that. So go the extra mile and go see it. And I actually like spots where they tell you about the American elm, where they tell you about the trees that are there. So that's cool. So you're gonna find a couple different guides on the sides. Then we're gonna on the scenic overlook. We start going downhill a little bit, but don't let it fool you because you're gonna have to come right back up here to get back on the trail. But this is cool because this is a runner's paradise right here. Spread out trees and whatnot, soft ground. You know, it's cool for trail running, but it's also good for the scenic look, which we're about to figure out. So don't hold your breath, guys, because here we go. And there's St. Louis right there, guys, in case you can't figure it out. Maybe you can't make out the arch from here, but I know you recognize some of those buildings. And if you are in St. Louis, come check me out. I bartend and serve at Ballpark Village in downtown St. Louis. This spot right here kind of reminds me of the story of there was a couple, and everybody thought that the husband killed the wife and pushed her off of a bluff, but really it comes to find out that she got attacked by an owl, and then she tried running from the owl and she fell off the bluff. And it just reminds, I'm sorry, I mean, it's a sad story, but it just reminds me because there's all these bees up here on this bluff, so it's like I was trying to chill out, and these bumblebees would run at me and kind of scare me a little bit, you know? I mean, yeah, like I said, bad story. But anyway, here on the scenic overlook, I always recommend getting in vitamin D, which they call it a vitamin, but it's actually a hormone. So anyway, so soak up some sun. You know, lay out up here. If you like trains, look at this perfect lookout to trains, as well as if you like planes. They have like a an amateur plane field. I don't know how to say it, but it's like they have a flight school out here. So you're gonna see a lot of cool people like flying their airplanes, and whether that be like fake ones or real ones. You're gonna see lizards. Here's a salamander. You can kind of see it on here. Like I said, you're gonna see some salamanders, some butterflies. I'm gonna show you guys a millipede and a centipede, which look up the difference, guys. I'm not a zoologist over here, okay? But I do know that centipedes always look real cool, and millipedes always look real aggressive. So. Good hike, moderate, a lot of uphill, a good view, very secluded. I came across 4 other people, 2 whenever I first got here and 2 right whenever I was leaving. Definitely a good hike to do. And yeah, you're gonna come up here where actually it's a government building where they have like different records and different things, which is cool to check out. They do a lot of field trips here. Like I think I went on a field trip here when I was a kid. But yeah, you're gonna just walk down this main road. It's gonna bring you right back to the beginning of the trail. And thanks for hanging out, guys. If you like to explore St. Louis, the different surrounding areas, I do a lot of the restaurants. I also give serving, bartending advice, life advice, and just kind of checking out the different spots to do. I plan on doing a lot this spring and summer. Thanks, guys. Be sure to follow the channel as well as the TikTok and the Instagram, all at Serving and Swerving.